whatever violations they witness, they speak against that violation. Now, the state criminalizing human rights defenders is not a thing that is happening only right now. Ni kitu ambacho kime happen kwa miaka mingi, na ndio kwa maana the young people of this country have come together and said they're going to collectively stand up against the violations that are going on. Now, we have so many activists that are in police custody. They've been denied their constitutional right to bail. They've been denied the right to access justice as it should happen. Article 49 on rights of an arrested person stipulates very well how an arrest should happen. On the right to ensure that there is fair hearing is very clear. So whatever the state is doing is only to ensure that the activists feel intimidated, they feel suppressed, and they lose the morale to continue fighting for justice. However, we say to the state and we say to each individual who supports them that we will continue standing up for our rights, we'll continue standing up for our communities, we'll continue standing up for Kenya. And we've learned from so many people who've come before us. Raila Odinga comes out strongly saying that we owe him thanks for what he did. He was not the only one. And the many people who stood up during that time of multi-party democracy have taught us to continue standing up, even with this torture, with this malicious prosecution, with these arrests. So we'll continue standing up because it is a duty. It is a duty that is with us in spirit. Yes. President coming out in strong statements that are publicized everywhere, giving orders to the police, as has been said by my fellow wakili here, is wrong, because the National Police Service is supposed to be independent, is actually independent as within the Constitution. So when the president gives orders and they are followed by the police, is to mean that our katiba is under threat. Our katiba is being flipped upside down. Now, the laws of this country and even the statutes that Kenya is party to stipulate very clearly on use of force and use of firearms, especially during assemblies. And one clear thing that the police should take care of is justifying the means they use in terms of barricading. When you barricade roads all over the country, especially towards the targeted site of Maandamano, you are essentially blocking the right to protest, the freedom of people to assemble and to petition government. How do you expect people to go assemble, go through these roads while you put up barricades? So that is definitely against the laws of this country. And the force that is used by the police, even when they are firing tear gas at protesters, is not justifiable, and it's not legal, because that should only happen after proclamation has been done. So we never hear any proclamation being done by any senior officer before tear gas is fired at protesters. We never hear any proclamation being done before protesters are beaten up with batons. We've not had any proclamation being done that a maandamano should not happen before the barricades are put on the roads. So as per the spirit of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, we know very well that every statement that the government official and the president has made in the last 2 weeks since we started these mandamanos is fallacious. It is against the Constitution, and they should know. The Attorney General should be able to go and advise the government and tell them that they're giving fallacious statements and seeming to say that is the law of this country. So our Constitution is under threat. It has been under threat for a very long time. It has been under threat since they started stealing elections. It has been under threat since they started criminalizing human rights defenders. And it's still under threat because we know of so many people who've been maimed, have been killed, have been disappeared, have been intimidated. Our comrades here have their phones tracked. Tafari, our comrade here, has his phone taken by the DCI, which is a violation of his right. Yes. Viva, comrades, viva.
Viva. So add something on the the issue of barricading the roads and everything. It's also an infringement on the rights to movement. And what we saw last this Monday when we saw the police block all roads leading to the city center. It's an infringement on the right to movement. Yes, there are provision on when the state can infringe on those rights, but then this one was unconstitutional. And we are staring at a moment when We are going back to the dark eras, and it is upon us to rise and also defend our constitution. And as you know, we've had a lot of issues that are not resolved from last year. We had a lot of demands that we gave the president from last year, and we gave the president nearly a whole year for him to implement all these things. But what have we seen? We have not seen any of this being implemented. One of the things that he said, it was that the status budget was supposed to be, reduced from 8 billion to around 4 billion. But then it has been, tripled from what he had promised, from 4 billion to around 12 billion. We've said that we wanted to see people being compensated, those who were killed from last year's protest. But then we haven't seen anybody being compensated, or even the family being buried also by the government. All we've seen is the government dishing out money using the county empowerment programs. This money that is not even institutionalized anywhere. There's no any transparent mechanism for the state or the people to follow up on the kind of the money, how this money is being used. So this money could have been used to compensate these families, but there is no the political goodwill from the government. And those who are asking us, saying that calling for peace, there can never be peace without justice. We need, these people to be compensated. We need their families, to bring, to closure, and some of the things that are happening. We cannot ask for peace when the state is still abducting and killing us. So we must continue to organize, and we must continue calling out the state, and we must stand tall to defend our constitution because it's under attack. Thank you.